This is rock sugar. And this is also rock sugar. So, what's the difference? Or what is really a rock sugar? Today on our Explain episode, we're gonna talk all about that. From what exactly is rock sugar, what does it taste like, how does it look like, and how is it made, which I think is the most interesting part. Besides that, I'm also gonna tell you how to use rock sugar in your cooking, how to store them, and how to find a substitute if you don't have rock sugar in hand. This is gonna be a long one, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. Hey new friend, this is Erica right here. I'm a tiny citizen currently living in America. Cooking and traveling are my passion, so I'm here to share with you my favorite Asian recipes. I make kitchen trivia and interesting ingredient explain, as well as some simple recipe that I love on this channel. So if that interests you, please subscribe and keep watching. Sugar is a type of carbohydrate that can be separated into simple sugar and complex sugar. And simple sugar are further divided into monosaccharides and disaccharides, while complex sugar refers to polysaccharides and oligosaccharides. Today we're going to focus on the rock sugar, which belong to the category of the disaccharides in simple sugar. Rock sugar is a type of sucrose composed of one molecule of glucose and one molecule of fructose. Rock sugar can come in two different forms and two different colors, which are single crystal and polycrystalline rock sugar, and the color will be yellow and white. We'll talk more about that later. The origin of rock sugar can trace all the way back to the Tang Dynasty in China. Around the 7th century, a monk in Sichuan invented the world's first yellow rock sugar using sugarcane juice. And approximately 60 years later, during the Song Dynasty, they discovered a way to purify the cane sugar juice, removing most of the impurity. This resulted in the product of the beautiful white rock sugar. Now, the difference between yellow and white rock sugar lies in its purity. Yellow rock sugar is traditionally made directly from sugarcane juice, preserving the nutritional compounds of the cane. On the other hand, white rock sugar had the highest purity among all types of sugar, as it undergoes color and impurity removal process. Now, when it comes to the taste, you should be able to taste more of that cane juice flavor from the yellow crystal than the white ones. Now, the difference between the single crystal and polycrystalline rock sugar is the production method and the time required. Single crystal rock sugar is a production of modern industrialization. On the other hand, polycrystalline rock sugar is a traditional craft that takes longer to produce. However, the production method is relatively simple and can be done very easily at home. If you're interested, leave a comment down below to let me know, and maybe we can make it together in the near future. Now let's take a look at how is a modern rock sugar made in the factory. To begin, they will mix the granulated white sugar with hot water until it dissolves into a syrup. Then it will be sent into a chamber to filter out any impurities using a machine. Next, they're gonna use the heat to concentrate the syrup in a high pressure chamber, which high pressure prevents caramelization during the heating process, and this is why the rock sugar can still be white after heating. The next step is to combine the crystal sugar and the syrup into rock sugar. Rock sugar is essentially crystallized sugar that is coated with multiple layers of syrup. Although handling the nearly invisible crystal sugar is challenging, so instead of the crystal sugar, the factory like to use the seed crystal instead, which is made by the crystal sugar. The different method of nurturing these seed crystals to grow larger distinguishes between single crystal and polycrystalline rock sugar. To make this simple crystal rock sugar, the factory will place the seed crystal into a 4-section roller, immerse the seed crystal repeatedly and evenly in warm syrup and out. The temperature difference caused by the repeatedly immerse allowing the seed crystal to continuously grow proportionally. And it takes about 4 days to make single crystal rock sugar of this size. Now, to make the polycrystalline rock sugar is very simple. They will place the seed crystal in a tray filled with the syrup, keep the tray in a warm room for approximately 2 weeks. Until the water evaporates, the rock sugar will naturally crystallize during this process. Finally, crush the entire tray of rock sugar in pieces, and we're ready for the next step. The last steps involve using centrifugal force to remove excess syrup from the rock sugar. And then it will go through a far infrared lamps to evaporate the remaining moisture. The far infrared rays will evaporate the rock sugar from the inside out, ensuring the surface does not dissolve. Finally is the packaging and is ready to be shipped to the grocery store. Sugar in general can be used to balance out the salty and savory flavor in our dish, and rock sugar is no exception. Additionally, Chinese cuisine love to use rock sugar to give our meat a shiny look on the surface to make it super appetizing. And due to its high impurity and big molecule, it melts very slow. This characteristic can be cleverly utilized by us in cooking. For example, in Japan, rock sugar is often used to make plum wine. When cooking with rock sugar, it is very important to measure it by weight, but not the size. Now, if you're using a polysaccharide rock sugar and find it way too big to use, you can microwave it for 10 to 15 seconds. This will not melt the sugar, but it will make it easier to break apart. However, I do like to buy the single crystal rock sugar whenever they have it, just for the convenience, as they taste exactly the same. You can find rock sugar in almost any Asian grocery store and Amazon. I also know that some specialized Chinese herb and spices tea shop also carry these products. It might have all these different names on it, but it's just a translation difference. It's all rock sugar. When choosing rock sugar, the sharper the edges, the better. The rounded ones may indicate exposure to heat or sun, making it easier for bacteria to grow on them. When choosing yellow rock sugar, look for ones with fewer impurities and a more uniform yellow tone. Rock sugar is just a type of sugar, so you can store it just like how you normally store other type of sugar. You want to store it in a sealed container and away from sun, heat, and moisture. Most sugar products technically have no expiration date, but it is recommended to only use your rock sugar within the 2 years of opening. Now you have learned all you need to know about rock sugar. You should know that it's pretty similar to a regular sugar that we use to cook. So the substitute for rock sugar is basically any type of other sugar. Just remember that rock sugar is the sweetest sugar out of all, so if you replace it with other type of sugar, make sure you keep that in mind. And that's it for today. As usual, before you go, let's learn how to say rock sugar in Mandarin Chinese. 冰糖 rock sugar. 冰糖 Thank you for learning with me today. Let me know if this information is useful for you by giving this video a thumbs up. It's only gonna take you a second, but it's gonna help my channel a lot. I make video on YouTube twice a week, so remember to hit that bell and you'll never miss out. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe on my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!